Marta, you are kind of a design superstar in Spain. You're a teacher, designer, you're organizing events. Everyone knows you. Shout out to our big community in Spain.
I really like it. I spent like a lot of time like making events, I think, because I was a wedding planner and there was like a little bit smaller wedding planner assigned to me, so I couldn't separate it. So I continued like making events. That's really fun.
So you moved from wedding planning, which is quite stressful, to design systems, which is not so stressful. It's easy.
Yeah, at the end you have like ecosystem, but yes, I changed like a lot of career, but now I'm just working on design systems.
Nice.
Marta, you have created this amazing design tokens glossary. We are super excited to have a look. Let's go.
So let's start. So I wanted to start before to sharing like my glossary tokens and something that I prepare special only for that talk. It's explaining a little bit how I'm just coming with creating naming tokens, which is like my processes. So I joined in my new company, like it's so safe 6 months ago. So I'm gonna like explain you which is like the processes before not naming tokens and how to name tokens properly. Because I'm a team of only one designer and one engineer. So sometimes you just need like, to demonstrate to a company that they need to invest a little bit more time on naming. So I'm going to show you how I get that stuff. First of all, how more of the speakers are explaining, we need to understand our ecosystem. So I'm going to show you how I make that one. Then I create an MVP to give them value to the company like super fast. And the second one, how I use my tokens glossary. But first we need to understand our ecosystem. So first of all, what I make it is just use one template for that model that is amazing. It's called 90 days, like design system in 90 days canvas. So what they just created is a canvas for with 90 blocks of information. So you can just ask questions to your designers, your stakeholders, and extract a lot of data to understand the ecosystem. So that's how I just make it. I just grab it that template, and instead of having like 90 days, because at the beginning I didn't have that time, I just only have like 30 days to have that impact on the company. So I just making like a lot of questions to all the stakeholders on the company. So first of all, I just there are like parts of Loro because I couldn't like sharing everything, but I just grab it like which are the resources that we have it on the company, which is the people that are getting involved that I can ask questions to them. How are the resources, but how they are connected to each other. So we are using Mountain Library. I don't know if I pronounce really good. It's the name of a Pokemon. So they use that kind of library for components, but they have library from iconographies. They have libraries from charts and for tables. So how they are connected to each other is really important to know how to name them properly. So that's why I just put it all that information over there and all the roadmap that we have it on the company. So I need to know which are the tokens that I can prioritize, like on naming, and which one can cause like a big impact to them. So I just grab like a lot of questions in chats that we make it with the stakeholders, like 30 minutes of copy chats. And what I'm instructed, part of the token that is like the most important one, it's a lot of people just asking me like the colors of the products are really bluish. I need to change everything regarding colors. So I didn't have the time to name them properly. So most of the questions that people just asking me is like, okay, we need like a colors more brighter, more modern. That's what the stakeholders are talking about. So I tried to just translate that one in something that can be potentially reused. So maybe that story get a little bit more familiar. So that's why we have it at the beginning. I have like more than 100 components. So I just put all of them on a paper and just try to compare to each other. So I extract like 15 components that visually didn't like align, and I literally just rebranded. But when I say I'm rebranded, it's I'm making why my parents think that I'm make it on the design system. So it's painting components. So I just grab them like the most reusable ones. So for example, normally like components that have these semantic tokens. So for example, like badges, alert, banners. Then I just grab it another one that is potentially reused, like controls, like button checkboxes that are used like a lot, and then input. So that kind of only changing the primary token value that they have it for other one just cost that in less than 3 weeks we have like a new look and feel of the components without talking like about namings. But I'm gonna like explain you a little bit more about namings. But I need to just achieve like stakeholders understand like the powerful and the time that I needed to create naming. So I need to win that time. So we just make that kind of rebranding. So at the end, I just win more time and they give me like more tools to construct and document properly the token. So that was really, really nice. And then when I make it, a part of grab that kind of components that are potentially reused on the on my system, what I make it is just trying to understand the structure, like how many parts my component have. So like more thicker, I was explaining, normally you have like borders, background, icons, so all the structure that I have it, and I need to tokenize. So I make that one when I just painted my components. I understand that components, and before I understand my ecosystem. So I have that 2 pillars make it in less than 1 month on the company. So that was really cool. So other thing that I make it, it's a part of recollect all that data. I need to summarize in a couple of manner. So I just divided in 4 blocks. One is the visual requirements. Another one is the system structure. Another one is development constraints, and another one is design constraints. So what I make it is just kind of summary all that decisions regarding, like, for example, Montaigne have a lot of restrictions. I couldn't rename it the primary colors, and they have like a couple of semantic tokens over there that I couldn't rename it. So that's really important to know how to name tokens properly, because that naming couldn't be renamed. So I need to create another layer for them. So there are a couple of things that I need to take in account before naming all that thing. So I just summarize all of them. And at the beginning, when I just summarize all of them, what I take it then is just go to my tokens glossary that I have it over there here. And I try to find like wordings that can be fitted to that system. So which are the naming that I can potentially reuse for badges that are not create like any constraints with the engineer team. So I just go here and manually just find them, right? I just come here. So I have all my tokens over there. So for example, the one that is like more painful, it's colors, because they are like kind of different namings for colors and for states and for status. So one of the things that I always asking when I was starting learning about design systems and product design is more like how I can name something. So that's what I just created. That one at the beginning was for my own, but then I just share it to everyone. And I just try to recollect all that namings from different design system, from different documentation. So the powerful of that one is not only the naming, it's the synonyms. Because there is a lot of information about on internet about how to name things. And there are like different namings for that. Someone can just, I don't know, name something like warning, but maybe another system it's called alert or caution or attention. So if you didn't have like that kind of resource that you can compare that naming, you didn't know what people are talking about. So that was the reason that I just classified like the tokens on the top, and then in different blocks so you can find them like easily. But at the beginning, that was kind of manually, right? I have my ecosystem, then I have my tokens over there. So everything looks like a little bit of separated. So what I tried to do it after that is just try to create like prompts just to summarize all that information. Right now we have like a lot of like ChatGPTs and ES, so I try to just make my process a little bit more easy. So what I make it is just kind of summarize all that information that I mentioned before that I extract for one component, and then just try to create a prompt. So I just create one prompt to my component that is like the other component, and I just came here, paste them. So I just can extract kind of namings that I can possibly reuse it for that component, right? So here we have kind of semantics. We have like naming suggestion, like icon success, border success, or background success, or color dimmed. That is one constraint that I couldn't rename it because for Montaigne, the structure. So at the beginning, I was making kind of that one. I just summarized all the information, use ChatGPT, put it my token glossary manually on ChatGPT, and then extract that data. So everything looked like, okay, I can do that one on long term, but I wanted to do like something more, like something that can be potentially reused and more simple on the future. So then, for example, just imagine this is only for one component, but imagine that, I don't know, you have like a button or something. So I just create like a random prompt and say, okay, just ask me and just extract like colors and information about that token. So here ChatGPT can just randomly create namings or creating like suggestions based on that. So this is not like really exact because I didn't like ask ChatGPT to create some guidelines about namings and this stuff. So that was like, okay, for first test, it can work. But sometimes when you are a designer, you have like more constraints, like more problems. And I'm a teacher, so all the students became to me and say, hey, Marta, that's fine, that's okay, but there's a lot of naming that didn't match. For example, if you start like constructing typography tokens and you say, okay, for my semantics, I have B1. B1 medium, because medium is the size. And again, it's medium for the weight. So that's kind of the problems that designers usually have it when they are rename it. It's not like people don't understand how to name it. You have like a structure, so you know which are the pieces that you have it. You have the tokens glossary where you can just fit it like different namings in every structure, but then you have like more problems. So I was coming here and say, okay, you have that table, that's fine, but I wanted to create something that can support like designers at the end. So at the end, it's like a system, like our components, our ecosystem, we understand thanks to the template to demo. I have ChatGPT, I have my token glossary, but I want to kind of merge all that stuff and make the things a little bit more easy. So what I came is to create a tokens glossary chat. It will be like probably like super soon. I think after that meeting, I can just publish them. So I fit it with all that information. I fit it with the structures, I fit it with namings, I fit it with rules, and I try to recollect all the questions that all the students came to my classes and asked me. Like the one that I mentioned right now, like, okay, we have like typography, but Marta, which are the naming that I can use it in the case that I have two mediums? So let's just ask ChatGPT to that question. So I can go here and I just create like a small questions over there. So let's just grab that stuff here. You can just came to the last one. So I will ask first question over there. Voila. Sorry, they just copy both. Okay, let's just ask that one first. So as I mentioned, we have like body, we have medium, and then we have medium. So I can try to ask ChatGPT to give me like semantic suggestions. So the main problem is, okay, we have like two mediums. So one of the medium typography, like the sizing, I wanted to replace it for other naming. So which are like the possibilities that I have it. So you have like medium, like empty, you have a scale, you can name it like 200, you can name it like B2, you can name it B dim 2. So there's like a lot of naming suggestion that you can use it. So that's what I just created that one. I tried to fit it with the questions that designers have it, and just to try like give them some feedback, some rules. So for example, I have another one. That's something that all the designers just came to me. It's Marta, that's fine. I have like a neutral background, okay? So I have one neutral background that start with white background, sorry, and then we have another one that is a little bit more grayish, right? For example, we have a semantic control that is gray background, but then we have a card that is white. And both are neutral colors. So how can I differentiate one from the other one? So you can come to ChatGPT and ask them, like literally, like which is what exactly can I name it one and can I name it the other one? So you can use like neutral default, neutral hover low. So the word like low and high can differentiate one background to the other one. And here they can appear like more suggestion for that naming, like subtle, neutral plain. So there's like different naming suggestions that the ChatGPT can offer you. So I try to fit all that information. I just create a form that it's on the Miro board, so you can fulfill it with all the questions that you have it, because I wanted to create like a powerful ChatGPT based on the questions and the concern that all the designers have it when they're naming the things. So then, for example, we can just test it and make it something like more simple, right? And just say like extract the colors, wait, sorry, here, extract the color tokens from this image. So you can just grab a color, like colorful components, and just came here and put it, and then the ChatGPT will extract all that tokens namings, like background neutral default, background informative, background warning, and give you like more suggestions. Like, okay, if it's warning, if it's danger, you can have like a structure. You can ask them again, like, hey, you know, I want to like one suggestion or one synonym for warning. So maybe they just ask you like, I want to like caution, that can be another synonym. So you can fit it all that data with all that example. So I just feel like colors, spacing, border radius, and on the future, like near, I wanted to add in like more information regarding shadows and motion and typography as well. It's inside of the ChatGPT. But it's not only like in a structure, it's more like you can fit it with, you can ask them like real questions, and they will just coming back based on the information that I just added before. So yeah, that's kind of it. So I was just sharing here a little bit. So just for like a small summary about everything, it's first of all, you need to understand like your system before naming everything. Use the token glossary chat as a support and not as a single source of truth. It's only like a support. If you are start using tokens, you have any concerns about naming, how are the synonyms, how are the problems that you have it can support on that, but maybe like the answer is not like perfect, but it's something that you can start working on. And then feed it the AI with relevant data. So as much you can add it real data about your product, about your concerns, your limitations, your libraries that you are currently working on, the answer will be more exact. And yes, just connect on social media. I'm really like active on LinkedIn and on Instagram. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Wow, Marta, thank you. Thank you so much. So much value shared within 15 minutes. I'm blown away. Oh my God. That's really, really cool. Is it possible for you to share the template afterwards and the Notion and the ChatGPT stuff?
Of course, the template is on the Miro, but I will just publish the ChatGPT and put the link on Miro too.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Marta. Gracias. Enjoy your cerveza and see you soon.
See you. Ciao.